Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pulse of Estateguru webinar, where we speak about the latest updates of the company. I am Eglė Kučinski, Head of Marketing at Estateguru. Next to me is Mihkel Stamm, CEO.
Hello, everyone. Happy to join.
Mihkel will speak about the results of Q1 of 2024, and he will share the focuses for the rest of 2024. After the presentation, we will cover Q&A, and during the whole webinar, you are very welcome to submit questions. We have some questions asked in advance, and we'll respond to them. So let's start the presentation. Mihkel will share the latest updates.
Hello, once again, happy to be here. We try to be as transparent as possible with our communication. Today's event is also part of this attempt to really communicate with you and answer relevant questions what you might have towards how the business is doing, what is outlook for the company in upcoming months, years. So we continue to share our news via our blog post, via our communication other channels, so feel free to ask further questions also today. So how we are doing? This year we kicked off where we ended last year. We are focusing still on our core markets in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Finland, where we have originated more than 20 million worth of loans and provided these much needed financing for the local developers. We have initiated and started many interesting projects in these regions where we are the main financing partners for our borrowers. And I'm happy to see that actually the products they are creating are also making the city space much more nicer. We had actually the competition where investors could choose the best project of the last year, and this time it was won by one of Estonian developers, and these are really nice new residential buildings in Tallinn, and we sent out the questionnaire more than to 90,000 of people, and they participate and choose their favorite one. So we continue to provide this support and financing in these regions, and this creates a lot of opportunities for our investors to actually take part in these projects and get, in my opinion, one of the best risk-reward projects to diversify the portfolio. So in first quarter, the average return for investors has been more than 10%, 10.4 to be more precise, and we have repaid more than 25 million worth of loans, making the return for the investors more than 3 million. So more than 3.5 million is earned as interest or other fees for our investors. So we see that this type of real estate investing on first-rank mortgages and on loans continues to attract our investors. So in first quarter we have received more than 2,700 new investors, and what is interesting to see that they prefer and you prefer, who is listening today, investing with Auto Invest. So this shows me there's a high trust in our loan origination and our processes, so that investors choose to actually diversify the portfolio by using Auto Invest. There's people who like to choose manual investments. In these cases we see that usually bigger amounts are invested, and we have actually now adjusted also our bonus offering. So if you are kind of putting more in, you are also able to get better returns in some cases. So, but choosing Autoinvest, I think this is something which also, like I said, proves that there's a trust in, and there's a actually reason for that also to trust, because when we look last year's portfolio, we funded more than 100 or almost 100 million worth of loans in the same region what I was describing earlier, Baltic and Finland. Out of this 100 million, we see already 31 million repaid, so less than in a year, and we see also really low level of projects what haven't been gone as expected. So currently only 3 million is in recoveries, so everything else is performing well, and this shows that we have adjusted to current macroeconomic situation. We have learned from our previous mistakes especially in 2022, where we may be expanding too quickly to some newer markets. So currently we're focusing really on the markets where we have been the longest. We have made a lot of changes to our credit policies and working towards actually achieving really high quality, institutional level quality for our portfolio, and that's why is also the reason why institutions have also joined and investing together with our retail investors, and they continue investing along with our retail portfolio. So some of the highlights more what to bring out then from the last year. So the question of recovery, yes, there is part of the old portfolio which is in recovery, and mainly in Germany. We will be probably talking, I see a lot of questions also popping up on this on separately, but this continues to be one of our priorities. Even last year we invested more than 1 million in legal fees to make these recoveries happen, and actually the results shows that last year was also a record amount of recoveries we made within 1 year, and this year we are aiming to recover even more than previous year. So this remains one of the priorities. We continue investing there, we continue making this recovery happening. Another topic what we continue to focus on this year is bringing the institutional grade quality from the due diligence and loan origination side for our investors. So as you know, last year we also introduced Moody's Analytics, which is also part of this roadmap. Moody's allows us to better actually understand the probability of default for our borrowers. So it's not we're not only looking the liquidity of our assets or how these collaterals, how high or low risk these are, but it's looking actually the whole cycle, the borrower, the background, the project itself, and we continue improving this process so that we can bring the best results. And as I said earlier, we see already the benefits for our portfolio from the previous year, and we try to keep it on the same level this year. So keeping defaults below 5% is something we aim for with the new origination. Third topic, technology. So even though our main focus goes for quality recoveries and new origination, then our platform is fully digitalized, and we continue making it even more better for our users. Soon you will get access to actually for the new look of investment portal. I have seen it, I really like it, and hope you also like it, and if you have any feedback, continue to give it as you have done previously. And something everybody has asked for a long time is mobile app version of our portal. So this is something which is also in a roadmap. So many interesting features coming up, and we also are aiming to work on some more verticals on a little bit different investment products to diversify your portfolio further. But I think this is time where I can't go too detail because we are not there yet. But already somewhere middle of this year, I think we can talk more about this as well. So this is it on a big scale. Year has kicked off well. We continue working on growing the origination volumes to bring more investment opportunity. What you can know is that our aim is to bring really high quality projects and borrowers for the investors, and on the background we continue working on recoveries, especially in this market. It's really important, and there is already a long track record, and we are getting better and better in this every month. So thank you from my side. This was a short intro. Hopefully you'll find it interesting.
Thank you, Mihkel, for comprehensive and insightful presentation. You covered lots of ground, and I believe that people who watch have questions based on your presentation. Mm-hmm. So let's dive into the questions what we got also in advance. And some of the questions were about the expansion and business plans. Mm-hmm. And it's a very complex question based on a few questions we got. What has been the most to be proud of during 2023? And what investors can expect from 2024 in terms of expansion? Mm-hmm.
What I'm really happy about from previous year is that the main thing, we had some setbacks when we expanded to Germany. This is we're not hiding this, but we made a lot of effort to understand what went wrong and to really improve on that. And now the results coming in from the portfolio we loaned last year, we are back on track where we were in our previous years before Germany happened. So this is really important for me. I'm happy from last year also about we had actually I mentioned about the recoveries, but we last year also was actually the record amount of repayments overall done to the investors in our history. So people might think, maybe I think a little bit misleading communication out there that there are only defaults and no recoveries happening, but this is not true. We have actually quite huge portfolio overall, and majority of this, like over 100 million, was repaid last year, added recoveries. So platform continues to perform in this sense, and I'm happy to see that so many active investors continue to invest and make these investments through us. So, and you also asked about then the expansion. So as said, our aim is still to be the biggest real estate lender in Europe. So this kind of goal itself means that we need to continue growing and expanding as a business, but we are not there yet. This year still is to focus on existing markets, and there's a lot of opportunities to grow in these markets as well. I think we assume that we can do like 20 million per month in this region, but on a longer term we are looking to continue expanding. Probably in a first phase it's going to go back to some of the existing markets where we have actually already experience and track record. There's a different scenarios. One of the scenarios is that Germany could be the place where to go because we have so much experience there now how to do it. But our promise has been that first we will show that we can recover there well, and then out of these learnings we can then start with a much lower scale, but maybe reopening. But again, to sum it up, this year investment opportunities continue to be from core markets, no expansion expected.
So core markets, the Baltic countries, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, Finland, and some loans in Portugal.
Yes. With the Portugal, the case is that this is a performing loan which we started already financing, I think, 2022, and in order for this project to get to the end, there has been all the time we have been monitoring the progress. There has been the progress, and we therefore have set up the new financing to enable this project to finalize.
You mentioned in the presentation new technology products as investor portal revamp and our app. But are there any ideas for the product improvements in terms of loans origination?
Like I said, there are some new verticals in pipeline. If you now ask again, then maybe a couple of things what I can mention is that we have now looked in Finnish market. There is a demand for actually renovate these apartment buildings, and there's a still shortage of actually banking financing for this type of loans. So we are currently analyzing is there opportunity also for us to actually provide these loans to these apartment unions so they can actually renovate their houses to the A energy class, and they as a collective then are the ones who are repaying the loans. So this is one of the new products we are looking into it. And we are also looking into to actually a little bit diversify and adjust which kind of return and risk level we want to take with this current first rank mortgages. So, but when the time is right, we will be sharing more.
As we started to speak about our core markets, we got questions in terms of German market. Can you give an overview what has happened, what will happen, and again, what investors can expect? What Estateguru is doing to resolve the defaults in Germany?
Yeah, I think this is one of the most asked questions. Soon we will publish, I think, new bigger update. Why we are not doing it on monthly basis, because we have initiated a lot of activities there, and in order to these activities to reach some stages, they are now in stage where it takes time to have any updates. So last year, like I said, we have continuously invested in these recoveries. We have put more than 1 million in our legal fees to make these recoveries happen. We continue doing this during this year. Why it takes so long time there is there are several reasons. We entered the German market on its height, and now Germany, you can read it also from the news yourself, is in downturn, and the real estate market is really in tough situation overall. So what it means to us is that it prolongs all of the things we do there. Parallelly, Germany compared to maybe Baltic is like much more bureaucratic in a way that solving these cases will take also longer time, and then to get to the court proceedings, or you need to, for example, one example is that you need to deliver this notice personally to the borrower, and if this borrower makes it really hard to find him or her, then it prolongs the time. We will get to them. For that we have actually are cooperating with one of the best or well-known legal firms in Germany to support in this department. They have also helped out throughout the last year and continues to do this year. So with all of the cases we have worked out different ways of solving them. So they are in different stages. They are also in German portfolio some of the loans which are performing and hopefully are repaid in upcoming months. So yeah, unfortunately I can't kind of comment on detailed level in each loan, but what I can say is that we continue working on day to day to make these recoveries. In current macro, we have now a little bit postponed or prolonged the expected time to these recoveries to happen. But then again, we have a little bit changed the strategy also in recent year. In the first place, we thought that can we sell the whole portfolio so to make it a quick exit for our investors. But as I commented, then the market is downturn, so the offers we got were not beneficial. They were, let's say, with a heavy loss of capital for investors, and our aim is to still maximize the return for our investors. Thinking behind that was that if somebody wants to make a loss and exit quickly, then there's opportunity on secondary market to do that. But our aim and focus is to find opportunities how to recover the maximum amount and the best return. Because, for example, in the Baltic, this process works really well. We have recovered more than 30 million with average time of 12 months and with average return of 8%, I think were the latest figures. So actually in Baltic, for example, default means that we start the recovery process. You need to wait a little bit more your money, but in the end you are getting your money and you are also getting return. This comes with a let's say, with a clause that this is our historic performance. We continue to try to have similar performance also now, but we can't like promise this or guarantee this because markets are changing and all of that. But we encourage like people to look also our statistics in this sense.
What are the lessons that Estateguru learned over the past few years?
Many lessons, but I think some of the takeaways is that today we are really focusing on more sustainable growth. We were also previously, but even now more, putting emphasis on reviewing and looking all of the credit policies, improving the core system on that. So in a sense that every recovery we make is also making us stronger because it teaches something us what we need to do differently when we originate the new loan. So in loan business, I think time is in our favor because longer you are in the market, longer you or more you have financed, more learnings and ideas you have how to strengthen it even further. So I think we discussed a little bit about expansion. The learning is that when we again start to expand, then we will be doing it a little bit differently, that we first maybe set out the test portfolio, like the direct limits at how much we are going to finance in the first years, and then see how this performs, and based on that make decisions on growing the portfolio. What we have also done is we have already now set clear limits on exposure on single borrower and its project. So lot of things, and so I think currently we are much more solid and more mature as a company.
Yeah, exactly. Estateguru has 10-year experience already, and over these 10 years, COVID happened, and then the expansion in different countries, and Estateguru was the first probably crowdfunding platform with so many different markets and options to invest. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot to learn, and still is.
Yeah, it was, I think one good side was that it diversified and provided a lot of opportunities, but yes, I think we are now in with our core markets in a place where we want to be in our projects, what we bring, what is the level of quality for them. So yes, I see with these learnings there's a bright future for us.
I am sure that investors are happy to see the significant improvements in performance of Estateguru portfolio since 2023. Can you elaborate what concrete changes have been done to facilitate this? You already mentioned the Moody's analytics and improvements in origination. But maybe there are some other changes that you haven't talked yet.
I think these were the main changes. So it's a continuous work. So we have a like risk committee happening in a routine way. We have a credit committee where we review the credit policies happening all the time. So it's about continuous learning and improvement. So the way actually the whole banking industry is performing. So we all the time adjust. And our strength is that we own the process. We can kind of improve it. So we do the whole origination. We also do the whole portfolio management and later on the recovery. So this means that we can work on every step, and this is what we are doing. So in credit quality, yes, this has been what is seen for the investors is the Moody's. These are the changes we have talked about with our changing some of the criteria, limits, what we set up, but there are a lot of internal things. We have added even more and more questions and fields what we ask from the borrowers and projects to do the due diligence, and this is continuous work to even be more and more on similar kind of levels where we can go to whomever institution in the world and they will say, yes, this is what I want.
We also got some concrete questions. One of them is about seeders. So we will respond personally to the person who asked. And we have one more question. What is the bridge loans? So maybe we can just explain simply what is the bridge loan and what is
so yeah, maybe for the investors who have just joined the platform and haven't gone through all of the knowledge base what we have there. So currently our main three products are the development, bridge and business loans. Business loan is usually in our case, all of these different three products still have the collateral as a security in each loan. So business loan is where usually some company is needing a capital to do its business, and they have a collateral which they give as a extra security. So we finance it, and they kind of, I don't know, they buy new equipment, stock or something, so to run their business. Development is the loan where we usually finance a borrower or developer to do something from the beginning till end, and the usual exit is the selling of the project. So it might be a building apartment building or building a row house and then sell it to the end buyer, for example, someone family buys it and goes to live there. And bridge loans they are like the middle stages in some cases. So it might be that someone wants to purchase land and then set up the infrastructure, so he or she can start developing something bigger there, and then he goes to the bank, for example, to take a next financing. Or it's in the end of the project, so the bridge lending could be that I have already built the apartment building, for example, and I have apartments ready, and my selling period is much longer than expected, or whatever reason there is, and I want to release my capital or start with a new project, or I need to refinance out the bank to have time to sell all of these apartments. So this is a bridge. So in bridge you usually don't see so much of the value of the property raising, but it's already on ready made, or so middle step. I hope this little bit explains the logic. But there's much more information available on our webpage, so you can look out and educate yourself more there.
Yeah, you can look on our Knowledge Hub. There are lots of blog posts also regarding the Moody's Analytics ratings and our changes in loan origination last year, loan portfolios, and much more educational content to read there. I also would like to thank Mihkel for responding all the questions. Actually, if you haven't heard your question responded here, we will respond personally to you if you left your contact. And you are always welcome to ask us questions info@estateguru.co, and our customer success team will help you. We are recording this webinar, so you will be able to see the recorded version on YouTube as well, and it will be available for the users who were not able to watch today. Thank you for joining us today. The webinar Pulse of Estateguru, and wish you to have a great rest of the evening today, and happy investing.
Thank you.